everyone. I wanted to jump back off the back of my last video on what is a database and just go over how often we should be speaking to our database. So the first thing I really want to talk about is just around, I guess, the layered marketing approach. So database communication needs to be looked at as one layer in that approach. So when you're thinking about database communication, definitely the phone call is part of it, but everything else comes into it as well. So that's including your signboards, your DLs, your Facebook marketing, bus stops, all that kind of thing that you've got out in the marketplace happening already. Phone calls is another element to that. So we need to include it all really to support each other. So with your database communication, we're talking about speaking to the majority, the bulk of your clients that are quite happy where they are, sitting in their home, enjoying their home. Maybe they're not thinking about doing anything. And it's a relationship building call. It's a call that's going to identify people that have moved into that pipeline category. And we need to treat it as such. So with regards to the relationship building. So with keeping in mind all of the other marketing activities that you've got happening throughout your communication plan throughout the year, we want to look at the database management and the communication to that at least once a quarter. And when I say at least, I really mean it. Quarterly communication on an outbound phone call is the minimum that we want to look at. Now, keeping in mind that on average, we're speaking to 35 to 40% of people at that time, and that's with databases that have got quite good data. That means there's 60 to 65% of people that aren't getting contacted. They're not receiving that phone call, or they're not receiving the actual connect. So that's why I say at least. It's a starting point for your communication, but we want to build from there. So if we look at your quarterly calls as one contact, we want to look at just listed, just sold calls. Now this can be around, depending on your market share, it could be just around your own listings. But if you do want to try and increase your market share, do it around everyone's listings. I'd call around competitors' listings, do your just listed, do your just sold, do your neighbours' open home invitations, and add that in as part of your communication plan as well. All of that is super relevant to people. So it's in their street, it's in their area, it is interesting to them. So it's not, you're not pestering them or being annoying, harassing them with that communication. So look at those types of things. We also want to look at your anniversary calls. So that's once a year, you're having that call done. And that's, again, a really great another touch point with your database. I mean, those are a few things that you can look at that we can always grow from there. But as a bare minimum, like I say, we want to be looking and aiming for quarterly communication. So that's my top tip around how often to be speaking to your database. Go forth and good luck with your calls. Remember, when you're on the phone, listen out for the hesitation and listen out for when a client says not yet, because that does often mean sometime soon. And there's your next pipeline person. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you soon.